welcome to another episode of A Funny Taste. I, as always, am Kate Roschen, and joining me today, I have a comedian, an actress, and a producer, and my first fellow vegan on the show. Please welcome Haley Hoffmeister. Thank you so much for being here, Haley.
Hi, Kate. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yay! Also, I'm really excited because this is the first time that we will be baking on the show, which I wouldn't be surprised if after the end of this episode, I decide that we're just going to be baking on this show from now on and no longer cooking. I'm really excited to bake today.
Yes, me too.
Awesome. So you actually have a recipe for vegan cupcakes that you wanted to do on the show, and we're going to cook up some chocolate, and I wanted to do a marble. So we're doing a chocolate and a strawberry version, and we're going to marble them together and make amazing, wonderful cupcakes that just happen to be vegan.
Yes. Every time I make these cupcakes, people love them, and nobody knows that they're vegan. And I feel like, I don't know if you're like this, but I feel like my ultimate goal is for people to not know, to be like, these are just really good, and then and have no idea that they're actually vegan.
That's a huge satisfaction, is tricking people into eating something and then making them realize that it's actually vegan.
After they take a bite, you're like, ah, that's vegan.
I got you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mild, and I saw it.
Yeah. You enjoyed it like it was dairy. You know you did. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to get started. Like I said, we're doing a chocolate version and a strawberry version. We're going to do both of them at the same time to, save time. And the first step is we are going to make our strawberry puree. So the easiest way to turn any cake recipe into a strawberry cake recipe is to puree fresh strawberries and then replace the milk with strawberry puree.
I'm so excited. I've never done this. I've never done this with anything, but yeah, I'm excited for how this is gonna fit in with these cups.
Yay. Okay, so we're gonna puree these, and then we'll come back with our strawberry liquid and get started.
All right.
Sweet. So we have our liquidy type strawberryness.
That's yummy. And the rest we can just drink.
The rest you can save for any other recipe that you want to make strawberry-y, or you can, chug it, throw it in with some milk. But you got that lovely strawberry mixture.
It's like a smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
Just very basic.
Could very easily freeze these in little ice cube trays, throw them in.
Ooh. Put them in your water and have fancy strawberry water.
Or milk. You could make your own Nestle Quick, but without,
Sexy.
chemicals.
I like it. Okay, cool. We got the strawberries.
Got the strawberries. So I have, because I'm doing these both at the same time, I have my different colored spatulas. It's always very smart. My chocolate batter and my strawberry batter.
Got it.
You can also do Post-it notes if you're more forgetful or don't have different colors of spatulas, but just anything so you can keep straight which batter is which. It's going to help you out in the long run. So that is for our strawberries. So our chocolate mix is just going to have a half a cup of milk.
Got it.
Which we know it's not from a cow.
Got some milk, some strawberry.
All right. And then it was half a cup of sugar.
Okay. Mixed in with each of them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Half a cup of sugar.
Got it.
And pureed strawberry.
And then just mix it together.
Yeah, we'll just mix as we go.
Okay, hold on.
A little bit. And because
if you're like me and have no good tools, don't worry, you can still do this.
I was just gonna say, because we're having the recipes, if it's I don't know, if it's a smaller amount, I don't necessarily need to use an electric mixer. That's handy when you have a large batch of something, but
yeah,
when you're putting halves of cups in with things, it's not, I don't know.
Not necessary, yeah.
If you have a really nice electric mixer, go ahead and use it, but
Yeah.
it's a lot less loud.
Yeah.
You do it this way.
Yes.
Okay, next we're gonna add oil.
Oil. Okay.
So the recipe called for grapeseed oil, but it also said that you could use coconut oil as long as the milk that you use was not cold.
So that it didn't make it. That's to not make the coconut oil chunky.
Exactly. It'll harden as soon as it hits that cold milk. But
okay, I'm gonna use grapeseed. So how much was it for each?
So if you're having the recipes like we are, it's 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons.
2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
That is a half of a third of a cup. My least favorite part about baking is how much math is involved. And then we got a half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar going in as our last wet ingredient.
Half a tablespoon?
Half a tablespoon.
Okay.
Always make sure to shake up your apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yeah, good idea. I'm slow. I'm still on the oil. But I'm getting it. Okay. And okay, so half a tablespoon, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It's like a shake weight.
Yeah. Oh, we have the same.
Oh, nice. Twins.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have thought to like shake it at all. And then, but then once you said to, I was like, didn't even like.
It just gets all that stuff.
No, it's so smart. But I'm saying I think it's funny that I was probably not going to shake it at all. And then I was like really serious about how much I needed to shake it. Once shaking it was on the table.
Like we're going all the way with this. We are not doing a half a shake.
Good shake. Okay, so I've got the oil in and I've got the cider vinegar.
Cool. All right, so those are all of our wet ingredients. For right now, we're going to move on to our dry ingredients.
Okay.
So we have 3/4 of a cup of flour for our chocolate.
Okay. And we're keeping this separate from the wet ingredients, right?
Correct. Just for now, just to mix them together.
Awesome. Okay. So 3/4 a cup of flour.
And then because the strawberry we're not going to add cocoa powder to, we're doing a little bit more flour for the strawberry. I just rounded that up to about a cup.
Okay.
About a cup of flour.
Nice, nice.
And then for the chocolate one, we're just going to throw in our cocoa powder. So it's about the same amount of ingredient as of right now.
So the cocoa powder is added to the flour.
Yep.
And now we're adding
half a teaspoon of baking soda in each of these dry.
Right. What's that? Cool.
I love that you brought me this recipe and you're like, I love making these. And I'm like, cool, let me fuck it up for you. Let me make it really difficult.
I am very excited for the addition you're adding. I think it'll be delightful.
And then we'll do some sea salt in each. It's like recipes 3/4 of a teaspoon. So it just a few pinches, Right?
Okay.
And then you'll just want to mix these dry ingredients together a little bit. Just make sure that the salt and the baking soda is throughout the whole flour mixture. You don't want just one of your cupcakes to have the baking soda in it, or that will be a very interesting.
Yeah. Mostly flat cupcakes with like one really big one.
Not what we're going for on this recipe. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much it. We're just going to add our chocolatey mix to our chocolatey cupcakes. It goes so much faster when you have everything already measured out.
I know. I want to, like, in real life, always do this.
Right?
Sometimes I do it. And I just feel like incredibly fancy when I do. But a lot of the times, it's like more of a anxious, panicky kind of thing.
We need interns.
Yes. And I just need a person to stand next to me and be like, don't worry. That one's that one. This one's this one. You're fine. You already measured it 4 times.
You did it great. And now?
And I'll just go lock and unlock the door a few times to like soothe myself. All right.
Well, you have 2 sons, correct?
Yes. 2
Do
boys.
they ever like to help out in the kitchen? Or they?
Yes. One of them is a really good baker and chef. He likes to do both. And the other one likes to eat the stuff we make. But, you know, it's not his, he doesn't really have like a big interest in making stuff. But I make him do it anyway sometimes just because, like, you know, I want to fight the patriarchy and, you know, I'm like, my main thing with raising boys is that I just like want them to be, I don't even know the right word. I was going to say like women, and then I was like, is that what I'm saying? No, it's not. What'd you say?
Self-sufficient.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like women, basically. Yeah.
There you go.
That is what I want. Turns out that's exactly what I meant.
I think.
But yeah, I don't want them to like ever expect that like women do things for them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's the whole goal.
I think if the pandemic taught us anything, it's that any one of us could be called on to make sourdough bread at any time in our lives, and we better.
Amen.
All right, how are your batters looking?
They're looking good. The strawberry one is adorable.
Yes,
I
very
love it.
pretty.
So cute. Like this is just so cute. Wait, so cute. I love pink. It's like this is like a Hello Kitty cupcake.
Yes.
We were talking before, so you said I'm your first vegan person on with you.
Yes.
And I like don't really like to say I'm vegan because I have this like a couple fears really. I feel like people are gonna fear or people are gonna be like think I'm annoying or judging them or something. And then also I'm like scared they're gonna like catch me eating something non-vegan and be like, you liar. Fair. But I'm not like perfectly vegan either. There's sometimes I eat things that aren't, but I'm like pretty much, but I never wanted to say it. And then people started saying it about me and I was like, no, dang it. They're like, well, she's vegan. And I'm like, I don't want a label, you know?
Yeah. We're just having fun with, you know.
Yes. It's for me, it's the like spirit of like, I don't want animals to die. That's like my thing. But yeah, it's not like the letter of the law, like that touched something, or I don't know, for me. Although I respect however people are, if they are really good about making sure nothing touches anything that touched dairy or whatever like that. I totally get that.
There's a lot of different levels to veganism, and I think that that's the thing that not a lot of non-vegans, even a lot of vegans don't realize.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that if you're vegan, you have to be all of this one thing. It's just, I don't know, people have different reasons for being vegan. Some people are doing it for the environment. Some people are doing it for health. And like, there's just got to be different levels to all of that, you know?
Exactly. And you should, yeah, it shouldn't be like a big awkward thing.
Yes. Because you're still, no matter what, at the end of the day, you're still better than every vegetarian. Anyway.
Absolutely. And like way better than normal people.
Oh my God.
It's what we go to sleep thinking every night, right?
That's how we sleep.
I'm such a good person. Yes.
All right. I'm going to start marbling these cupcakes.
I don't know how to do that. I'm excited to learn.
I've only ever done this once with a cake, and I've never done it with cupcakes. So we are gonna see.
Okay. Oh, so I need to put paper in my little papers in my thing. Yeah. I almost did that before, and then I was like, "Is that a step we need to show?"
I mean, if you want to.
You know, people really need to know what that looks like, and I'm here to provide that service.
And it's just it goes right in there.
And so wait, how do you do it? What are you doing?
So I think you start out with just like little spoonfuls in one kind of corner
of the strawberry.
Of this, well, I mean, pick one. I'm starting.
I think your batter looks like, well, maybe mine is. Oh, mine feels thicker now. But at first, I felt like your batter looked a lot like thicker.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of starting with the strawberry, just because it is thicker. I feel like it'll stay better.
Okay.
When I put it in one spot, and then the chocolate will just kind of like melt around it a bit, I guess.
I love that for us. Okay. Well, cool.
So you're a vegan for the animals is the.
I am. And so, I mean, I feel like there's other good things. Like,
of course.
I definitely also think I want to do it for the environment. But there have been like some cool health benefits, and I feel like it's made like my skin really good, and I feel better. Definitely without dairy, I would say I feel better. And I have endometriosis, and I feel like the pain got like lessened so much once I didn't have dairy.
Oh wow!
And I don't know if that's because there's like hormones in dairy or whatever, but something about it. And then yeah, so there were a few things. I also have a kidney disease, and when I went to the doctor after going vegan, like all my levels were like perfect for the first time in my life. So that was kind of like a fun. I wasn't doing it for health, but there were some cool benefits that I had.
Yeah, I feel like there are 3 basic reasons that people will go vegan. It's either health, animals, or the environment. And no matter which one you start out on, you never just like, oh, well, this is the only reason I like this. You know, like eventually you start to think about, oh, I'm not contributing to one of the worst like greenhouse gas polluters of an industry, or oh, I feel better that I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, my skin's looking better. All these different things start to pop up, and you're like, oh, this was good for multiple reasons, no matter.
Right. And okay, really quick, how much are you doing? Like about a tablespoon or something, or like about a half a tablespoon?
About a half a tablespoon. I'm trying to do like just a little bit so that we can go through and do multiple runs
of each. Okay, cool, nice.
This is the fun of like.
I like OCD is wanting these to be exactly the same, but I'm like in my brain, I'm talking myself through the fact that it's fine that they're not going to be the same.
Yeah, but it's marble in the middle of the cake. You're not even going to really see. So then the chocolate, you want to kind of put next to.
Okay. Next to the strawberry. Cool.
And then we'll just do another layer on top where we'll put the strawberry on top of the chocolate and the chocolate on top of the strawberry. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Neat. Okay, this is fun. I like it.
Yeah.
So now I'm back to, should I do strawberry now?
Yes. And you'll just do strawberry on top of the chocolate.
And are we kind of trying to do just like equal parts each time?
Yeah. And, if we have extra, we'll just go through and keep going until we're done,
Totally. Okay. I'm trying to be fun and laid back about this. My fake persona is fun and laid back. Okay.
There.
I love that you have this show. I think it's so cool, Kate.
Well, thanks. It's fun. And like I said, it might just turn into a baking show after this episode.
I love that.
I just love, the thing I like about baking is that it's like passive, like
yeah.
I'm in the middle of doing this, but if I wanted to, I could just stop for a second and chat with you. And like, this is going to get ruined. If I'm cooking, it's like, this is simmering and this is boiling and this is, I got to do, and this is just, it's so much.
I have never thought of it that way. And I love that. That's so freaking true. Cause and if you're like, you know what, I just need to watch one episode of How to Get Away with Murder, and then I'll be right back. You can.
Yep. So I want to talk a little bit about comedy now.
Okay.
Because I had heard of you before I met you at, I believe, a Liar Comedy open mic.
Really?
I had heard of you because you are part of one of the other brother-sister comedy duos. Your brother Ellis is also a stand-up comic.
Yes.
So I had heard about you in respect to Ed and I both being stand-up comics.
I'm like very excited about how these are going to turn out.
Me too. Some of mine are a little uneven, but
yeah, mine are too. And now I'm doing like
that guy's gonna be big, but that's okay.
Like scooping a little out, and because they didn't end up like the same fullness. So I think that they're pretty even now. At some point, I'll just have to like let go and be like, that's okay.
Just know that they're gonna taste amazing. And
I think it's just me being like, are all of them equally full?
Right.
And I feel a little anxious about that, but it's gonna be fine.
So with you and Ellis, who started comedy first? Did you do it both?
Of Ellis and me, Ellis. I mean, sorry, me.
Oh.
I don't know why I said Ellis. No, and so the first show he did, he had said he wanted to do stand-up. And so then this one day someone said like, hey, I need like a guy for this show. I think they specified maybe, because it's hard to find male comics. Just search the hashtag male comic. Don't you love that you have to search like female comic? Anyway, and there's like no male comic hashtag. Anyway, whatever, it's fine. So he wanted, I called him or probably texted him, because who calls? I texted him and said, hey, I know you want to do this, but like, are you serious? Do you want to do the show? I'll tell this person that you do comedy. And he was like, yes, totally. So I said, oh, my brother's a stand-up. He's really funny. And he's like been performing forever. So he hadn't done stand-up, but I knew he'd be great. And he was like a dance major in college, and he'd done acting and singing and all this stuff. So I said, hey, do you want to do this? He said, yes. So I told the guy, and then I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll book him. And then I think we were living together at the time. And that night he was like, I'm going to go out, and like, he was going to like go party. And I was like, what? No, like, you need to write, you need to prepare. Like, I'm kind of controlling. And I was like, no, like, I told this guy that you do stand-up, like, you have to be good, and like, you need to like work on it and be ready. And
are you ready to marble? Do you have like,
oh yeah, oh, that's the thing, will you like actually do it?
Yeah.
What do I need? What kind of tool?
So you could either do like, if you have like a thicker like dowel
what
rod.
is that you're holding?
This is a chopstick.
Okay, a chopstick. I think I have a chopstick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just something that, even the back end of a knife or something. I don't know.
Okay.
So I think the way you do this is to just kind of like.
I feel like mine are already kind of mixed more than yours. Yours look really good. Okay. So it's just like a crisscrossy thing?
Yeah. You just want to kind of bring the chocolate into the strawberry and the strawberry into the chocolate.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, wow, the strawberry is a lot thicker than the chocolate.
Yeah. First time I did this with, it wasn't cupcakes, it was a cake, but it was chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh, yum.
Which, to make peanut butter cake, you just replace the butter in a cake recipe with peanut butter.
Awesome. So what kind of, would you do like a vanilla cake recipe?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just keep the vanilla, but just the only difference is just subbing peanut butter for butter, and that's it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Learning a lot from you.
Thanks.
And I feel like you're gonna like get me to try other things rather than just being like scared of being like, I know one recipe and it's great and that's all I do.
But yeah, that definitely looks like 2 different flavors of cupcake.
Yeah. Okay, I want to see yours. Yours look really good.
Oh my God, I just tasted that. It's so good. These are gonna be really delicious. Ooh, see, yours look great.
Okay.
They kind of look like, the like Jell-O pudding cups.
Yes.
That you would like buy and swirl together the different flavors. That's what that looks like. Okay, so these are going into the oven for 20 minutes. At
20 minutes?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what your recipe said.
Cool. 20 minutes in.
At 350.
Love it.
Okay, should we start the buttercream?
We shall.
So this recipe calls for a half of a cup of butter.
Okay.
Butter for vegans. I'm going to cheat and have the stick. It's just a stick of butter. Bam.
You're such a freaking cheater.
I am. Okay, so it's always easiest when you're making buttercream if the butter is at room temperature.
If it is at room temperature?
Yeah, you don't want to like melt it and have it be melted butter because that's not gonna hold your frosting together. But if it's too hard, it's just not gonna mix.
Vanilla, right?
Yes. So you want to do half a teaspoon of vanilla, and you'll just kind of mix that in with the butter.
The like the numbers are worn off on all of my teaspoons, so I have to really look at them. And I should be wearing glasses, and I'm not, so it's really a challenge. But that's it.
One of my favorite frostings, if you ever are making just a regular chocolate and you want to kick it up a bit with the frosting, a little bit of mint extract in your vanilla frosting will make like chocolate minty cupcakes. Really good.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Oh, you know what'd be good? If you put like, if you did a mint frosting and then you put like Oreo crumbles on it.
Ooh. Yeah. Yep. We're just going to have a show where it's you and I just like discussing different baked goods for people to
Yeah. How are you doing your frosting?
My frosting?
Are you like adding a little bit at a time or something?
Yes.
I did notice.
Sorry.
So, I mean, I did notice before. I noticed, but then I'm saying, are you like, as you make it, are you putting it into something else?
So I just have my powdered sugar here that I
Okay.
measured out 2 cups of. And I'm just like adding a little bit as I mix and just making sure that it's all incorporated before I add more. Because that's
Before you add more.
Yeah, because the milk is the last ingredient, and that's one of those. The recipe says 1.5 to 3 tablespoons of milk, and that's just a consistency thing. So if I'm gonna add all of my dry ingredients first and see how dry it is, and then kind of add the milk to get the right consistency. So plus trying to beat a bunch of powdered sugar together all at once will lead to a powdered sugar mushroom cloud in your kitchen that will leave everything sticky. And
so when you make this, people, do it how Kate did it, not how I'm doing it.
Okay, so I've added all of my powdered sugar, and this doesn't look great. That's not what frosting's supposed to look like. So now I'm just gonna go in with our milk, and I'm gonna do, because it says 1.5 to 3 tablespoons of milk. I'm just gonna do this a half a tablespoon at a time.
Okay, it says 1.5 to 3 tablespoons.
Correct. So we'll start out with a half and just try to mix it in.
A half a tablespoon would be 1.5 teaspoons, right?
Correct. Yes.
And you're starting with 1.5 tablespoons?
I'm just doing it a half a tablespoon at a time.
Half a tablespoon, okay.
Yeah. Just because, especially since I already pre-measured out on my powdered sugar, I don't want to necessarily have to add more.
Right.
If it gets too runny. And even with, wow, this is only 1 tablespoon, and this is
It really made the half a tablespoon made a big difference.
Yeah.
So wait, are you at a half tablespoon or a whole now?
I am just at a whole tablespoon, and this is already kind of.
I might just stick to a half.
Yeah, might be a good idea. All right, I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt now, or a lot bit of salt if you're a big salt fan.
I'm so excited to eat cupcakes.
Oh, that's perfect.
You did a pinch?
Yeah, I did a couple pinches. I did a pinch and then mixed and then pinched again. You can always pinch again. It's very hard to unpinch. That's all.
So true. I've made it too salty before and then kept trying to be like, it's fine, right? It's fine. It's fine.
You can also, like, the other thing with salt is that it's a good, if you want like a little bit extra, it's an easy thing to just sprinkle on top at the very end. Like if you're making cookies or something, right when they come out of the oven, if you just want to sprinkle a little bit of salt, or same with the cupcakes, you could even just sprinkle a little tiny bit on each cupcake if you wanted just an extra.
Smart. If you just want that extra little flavor.
Ooh, I'm gonna check on the cupcakes. Oh my God. These look so pretty. How are
Mine,
you?
I don't see as much pink as chocolate because I think I didn't mix them as cute, but
Still, like throughout the rest of it's just, you're just looking at the top, which is going to be covered with frosting anyway.
thank you for saying that.
It's all about the flavor. It's what's on the inside that counts, Haley. That's really the moral of this show.
You're a good person.
Oh my God. Okay. So I just did the toothpick thing and it came out completely clean. These are perfectly done. Okay. I want to show off mine because they just finished.
What, Jess?
So pretty.
That's like amazing.
They actually came out a lot more evenly than I thought that they would.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You always want to make sure especially if you're doing cupcakes and there's different levels because it's not ever perfect, pick one of the higher ones to stick your toothpick in just to make sure that the
Like it's cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
Love it.
So as we're waiting for the cupcakes to cool, we're almost done. Last question I have for you, Miss Haley.
Yeah.
If you could describe to me your comedy styling marble cake, like what are the main ingredients? What do you think that you draw from? Inspiration, other people, other styles?
Yeah.
What would you make your marble cake out of if it was you?
Such a good question. I think it's very based in truth and reality. Like I often get asked, how did you come up with that after shows? And I'm like, no, my sister really does sit on my dad's lap, or what, things that are like, no, that happens. And I feel like there's just so much funny stuff in real life if you're paying attention that everything I say is just, this just happens. So I feel like truth, being aware, present, and just, it's kind of being like observational, I guess. That's my main thing. And being comfortable with like pauses, with like awkward moments, like letting it marinate for a sec.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Our cupcakes have cooled. We are ready to frost.
I am ready to frost.
I am just enjoying a little bit that is left of my homemade strawberry lemonade.
Ooh, I like it.
Realized I had lemonade in my fridge and poured some of that strawberry puree in there, and this is delicious.
Brilliant. I just pretty much drank that strawberry straight.
Also a way to do it.
Yeah.
And okay, so
I thought of doing something cool with it, but then I was like, or I could just throw it into my face.
It's also really easy to like remake if you ever want to make anything.
Yeah. If I want more, I could also just put more strawberries into the blender.
Super easy recipe. Highly recommend.
It's a good recipe. Strawberries. Full stop.
So one thing I'm really excited about is that my frosting that looked very runny before now looks like frosting. I think the problem before was that my butter was at room temperature, but because of the oven being on and the smallness of the kitchen, the temperature of the room was not a good temperature, and so it was just a little too warm. Okay. I have a little piping bag.
Okay.
Just make it go easier.
What do you do? Like, how do you usually do them? Like,
so these are disposable ones you can buy, and they're just, you take the little. This is your little piping bag kit. So it comes with these little inserts that you put in, and then these little like things that screw onto them. So the way you do it is you drop this before you put the frosting in the bag. It's a very crucial. Been times that I have filled up the bag with frosting and realized I forgot to throw this guy in first. So you put that in. Okay. And you just want to like push it down to the end there. And then you take just some scissors and cut the rest off. Make sure it doesn't go into the frosting. And then you can add like whatever tip you want over top. And then that little screw keeps it in place. So you got the inner guy screwed to the outer guy with the frosting tip in the middle.
And mine's just like a bag.
And you can also just use Ziploc bag and cut off the end, and that works just as well. work with what you got.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you have enough for all of the cupcakes. So I usually start by just making sure that it's like covered. It depends on how much frosting you like. Some people like a lot of frosting. I'm not huge on a ton of frosting.
Yeah.
So I'll usually just start on the outside and work my way in. And then if you have someone that wants more frosting, you can always pile on in the middle, make a nice little tower. But you could also just do this with a knife and just smear it on the top.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to take these out. You can see these are like dark brown papers, but you can kind of see through them. You can see how it's marble.
Yeah, you can see the like pink kind of stuff.
There we go.
So my son, when he does like layered cakes, he does it like with piping between the layers so that it doesn't like, then when you just smooth it over, it doesn't like pull the cake or rip the cake.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know to do that, but I learned in my channel.
It's at a certain point, like if you can get it set up, if you're doing a bunch of cupcakes at once or like a lot of cake or something like that at once, it does make it easier to just get it on there and faster.
Yeah, it's cool.
Does your son make a lot of layered cakes? Is he like the cake maker for birthdays in the house now?
Good. Yeah, he makes lots of stuff, but yeah, he like has this cake that's like it's like chocolate and espresso.
Oh, I've done that too.
Mm.
That's a really good one.
The like coffee frosting.
Mm-hmm. Does he do a chocolate coffee frosting or a vanilla coffee frosting?
I think it's a chocolate coffee. How about you?
I prefer the vanilla coffee.
Vanilla sounds really good.
It's one of those frostings that is not good for me to have in my house because I will just like, yeah. Yep. All right. I don't know about you, but I want to try these.
Yeah.
Okay. I choose you. I'm gonna take this guy. I just want to be able to unwrap it.
Okay.
So you can see all of the marbling. How pretty.
The one that I got, the only place you can see the marble is the bottom. They're a little on this side.
You can kind of see, yeah.
I'm gonna cut mine because I just need to see the inside. Cut it like a piece of pizza. See what I see.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sassy. Look, I can see the marble now. Gorgeous.
Hey.
Stunning. Stunning.
They're like little calico cupcakes that we just made. Oh my God. What do you think?
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the vanilla frosting is perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had done a chocolate frosting or something, it would have been too much.
Mm-hmm.
But this is really good. Oh my God.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut another slice of my pie. It's delicious.
Oh, I love this show.
Yeah, I know. One of my favorite things that ever happened to me is like I was in this play. I spent like a year abroad in college and I was supposed to be smoking in this play. And I was like really not a smoker. So it was like obvious I didn't do it right. And it was like they couldn't get me to like smoke in a way that looked natural.
Uh-huh.
So they changed it to me eating the chocolate cake, which meant that somebody's job was to freaking bake a new fresh chocolate cake for me every night. It was like I can still taste that cake. It was so good. And it just kids don't smoke. You might get a cake instead.
Oh my God.
That's better than fake smoking. Being a cake every night.
Real chocolate cake as opposed to fake smoke. Who's like, that's not even a competition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Big old hunk of strawberry with all that chocolate.
Oh yeah.
I'm obsessed with these.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a great recipe, right?
It really is.
Thank you for showing me the strawberry trick.
Yay, you're welcome.
So cool.
Oh my God. I know I'm supposed to finish the show, but I'm just
It's like we're just eating is going to be. It's really selling the recipe though that we can't stop eating.
We'll just do like a fade out, and we'll just. Haley Hoffmeister, thank you so much for showing me this cupcake recipe, for baking with me. I'm very excited that we got to bake. I'm so excited that I have 11 more of these just sitting here. This is your time. If you would like to, is there anything that you want to promote? Where can we find you? How do we follow you? How do we see your show? Tell us where to find you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm on Instagram and TikTok as Haley Hoffmeister, and on Twitter as my name is Haley. Only because Haley Hoffmeister doesn't fit as a Twitter handle. So it's fine. And then I have a flapper show once a month, and the next one is May 6th. They're the first Thursday of every month at 8 p.m. And Kate is going to be on the May 6th show, so definitely check that one out. And yeah, that's it.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. This was
Thank you.
so successful, and I want to do it again.
Yes, this is what mine looks like. Wait, if I can get it out. Just to like.
Oh, yay! Oh, I forgot my sprinkles. Damn it.
Okay. Well, your frosting is very lovely, so they don't really need.
Just do a little bit of sprinkle in the middle.
Oh, cute.
Just a little dash of color. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, probably just gonna bake from now on. So if you want more baking recipes, stick around. All right. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Bye.
On the next episode of A Funny Taste.
Maria de la Ghetto, I'm so excited to have you on next episode. You are going to teach me how to make some non-white people food, and I can't wait.
Yeah, well, it's like half white because we're doing vegan style. I thought, which is great because me, I'm only half Filipino, so we're gonna do half Filipino style. Let's keep it easy, vegan. So we're gonna do Filipino style fried rice, which we call sinangag in Tagalog. Don't try to say it. It's hard.
I will not.
We're gonna do some textured protein, so kind of like a ground beef looking meat.
Maybe in return, I can teach you how to make some mayonnaise-based flavorless potato salad.
You know what, girl? I love me some potato salad, and yes, mayonnaise, because Miracle Whip is of the devil.
All right, great. Perfect. I'll see you then. Thanks.
Yay!
Yay.